Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Handy.
Waalaikumsalam
And
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
okay, welcome Angky to our
Yes.
re-onboarding and one-on-one meeting. And the first agenda in all of our meetings are Segue. So Segue is where you and all of the team meeting attendees share about the latest personal best or good news within the last week. Okay, so Angky, please share your Segue. Okay, and you may also introduce yourself since this is the first time.
About the jobs or
Mainly about you personally, and also if you have like a career or professional best, that is
not
okay.
about our jobs. My
Job is maybe also, but we have another segment in the meeting for that.
not related to Miluf.
Yeah, maybe
Not
that's
really.
a later agenda in this meeting. So this Segue is morely about
Oh,
the personal best.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay.
My name is Angky Fajriani Musa. Actually, I'm freelance in Miluf, and I have I I already joined with my friends about my friends project, and my role is front-end developer.
That's
And
nice.
I have to build and I have to build front-end web as admin using admin LTE, and the framework we use
okay.
Laravel, admin LTE too.
Okay.
As admin LTE. Actually, this is the first time I'm joined I'm joined to project and as a role front-end developer. So I have many struggling in there because I have to continue or I have to copy my friend's code. So I have to understand the way my friends code, and actually this is so hard.
Oh, really?
Because so hard because I think I'm my level is beginner, and my friend's level my friend's level is maybe I can call it what very very good, very, and the code is complicated for me. So I have to learn about her code, and the second struggle is my friends is busy with her role too. So I have to learn alone, and when I need her help, she what is called she slow respond. She slow respond. So that's it. What I work in 1 week, but I little I apa sorry, but I uh, I I I try to understand it, and little by little I understand, but yeah, it's the code is very very simple very simple yet that I understand.
Okay.
So there's and because this is Ramadan, I study the code when after 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 breakfasting. So the time is very short too, because because we have to pray too in this Ramadan.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay.
I'm
So
sorry for
yeah, that's nice. So is that a good news or a half good news and challenges? Yeah, I won't say
the
that.
good the good news is I what I call it. The good news is I can see uh, how uh, how we working in this uh, what I understand how I working as a developer, and little bit I know too about backend developer, because yes, I have to link my page to page, and my friends is busy too, and I have to understand about the controller too.
Okay. So were you working in the same office, or you have to work virtually remote, or remote just during the COVID-19?
I'm doing remote
Mm.
because actually my friends is another land, another land, another another land,
Oh,
another province.
oh really?
I'm in yes.
So
My
where is
friends
she?
is wait, Riau,
Yeah. Oh,
Riau.
so she's not in Jakarta.
No. She is
Oh,
in
okay.
Riau, and I'm in South Sulawesi. Actually, not Makassar too. So
Okay.
I'm in my hometown now.
Okay. What city?
It's it. Uh, it called Baru.
Baru.
Baru, I and it's not a city too, but
Mm-hmm.
what we call it. I'm on district maybe
Mm-hmm.
called Manuba. My this is my apa in this place is my father's business.
Mm-hmm.
So because of COVID-19, my
Mm-hmm.
family had to leave to accompany my
Mm.
dad. So
Okay.
yeah, we do our Ramadan in
Mm-hmm.
here.
Okay. All
So,
right. So it's called Baru district. Okay. Right.
just like
And so you will not be coming to Jakarta even after the Idul Adha.
maybe because I want to continue my study. Uh, my plan is in Institut Teknologi Bandung. So maybe I want to I have a plan to fly to Jakarta, but I don't know because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe after COVID, but yeah, I have to get my father's permission again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So have you already applied to ITB?
Not sure because I do TPA test, but the score is still low and not under the requirement. So the TOEFL too. So I have to test again,
Mm-hmm.
and I checked the website. They said uh, there is a test too about our what our mayor what our what's that of course sorry let me search it.
Okay.
Our department what we want to join that uh, the test is suspend until maybe after COVID-19. I don't know too, but there's no announcement again.
Okay. So do you have like a estimate about what month that you are planning to continue testing the to admit to ITB?
I have to TPA test and people too. Uh, I have but about this disease, I don't know what time is I have because I'm still here and my family don't know so what time we can come back to Makassar because Makassar it's red zone
Okay.
like that.
In
And
Makassar. Okay.
yeah, I I can do a test in Makassar, but now I can do I cannot going to anywhere.
Okay. All right. So in Baru, do you have a good internet connection in Baru?
Mm. uh, Fortunately, my what my provider I used by you, not endorse. I used by you,
Okay.
and I have to put my phone in the higher place.
Oh, so your phone is
So
now on top of the house now.
no no on yeah, sorry. There's
Okay.
my mother. I have sorry sir. I have
Mm.
to
Okay.
get 4G
Mm.
connection
Mm.
and turn on the mobile hotspot
Mm. Okay.
like that sir.
So you are not using Wi-Fi right now.
No.
Okay. All right. So
Okay
I guess
sir.
okay. So thank you for the sharing. So I will maybe it's time for me to share a bit about my experiences here. Mm, the a bit of good news. I think this is not yet good news, but this is potential good news. Is that AWS, our hosting provider, is we are actually in the process of applying for credits, and it's been considered. The process is not done yet, but if it gets approved, then AWS will provide us with a subsidy for a pretty good amount and also for pretty good duration of time. So I'm really hoping that that will be approved, and so that means that we will have less cost in there, not only less cost in AWS, but basically we will be able to use a lot of AWS services without having to spend cost on that, and that means we will be able to spend more or uh, direct our resources for other things, right? Because previously, hosting and infrastructure are taking a lot of costs for us. So I would say I'm really hoping for that good news. Okay, I'm really hoping for that good news. Okay, so it will be like in the coming week there should be a news from AWS whether the application is approved or not. I'm really hoping it's approved. Okay, so that's for me.
The subset is because the COVID-19 or
no, actually they do AWS they do have a program. It's called AWS Activate, and that is for startups and also companies. They have different tiers, different levels, different tiers. They have a selection process. So companies and startups that are eligible to this program, um, the AWS team, AWS Activate team, will perform selection, and well, they ask about our business and how uh, we do the business, get revenue, and so on. So it's mainly like a pitching. It's like a pitching competition, but this is not to get like a monetary funding, but it's to get the infrastructure funding. Okay, so they are not like giving money. No, they are not giving money, but if it gets approved, then that means that all of our spending in AWS is covered by AWS. So because most of our infrastructure and spending on IT costs are in AWS, so that will mean that most of our IT costs will be covered for some time, yeah, for quite some time. Okay, so details will be after the announcement is made.
yes, sir.
All right.
I thought it's because COVID.
No, it's not. That's because COVID, but I really am hoping that because of COVID, then that means the selection process is less strict than before, because a lot of companies are needing it right now. Okay, right. So thank you. And our next agendas would be scorecard review and rock review. But now I'd like to. Are you using Zoom on your laptop right now?
Yes.
Okay, so please share your screen and open our agenda in Notion.
Wait.
Okay. If this is the first time using Notion, I will guide you on how to
Yes.
use it. Okay, so this is your first time in Notion, using Notion.
In the beginning, I want to ask you, but I found out when I get your invitation, and this is why I use notation.
Yeah,
And
and
notation, sorry, Notion.
okay. So do
I'm
you
so,
think you like it? Do you have any comments about
uh,
Notion so far?
I think it's a good program because they manage our agenda. Maybe they don't manage. We are managed, and we get to see what task that we already we have finished it. Uh, like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
I
That's true.
just know it that.
Okay. So let's go to so we have two sections here. First is the board, and the other is the calendar. So for this meeting, let's open the calendar first. We will get to this card, this onboarding card. I will call this onboarding card, okay? We'll get to that later. Let's go to the calendar first. On the left side, the
Calendar.
sidebar, yeah, you have a calendar in there below, okay? Right. So there you see the calendar for Lovia Operations Department, and click on your agenda now. Okay. So, okay, that's right. So scroll down, and all right. So we have Segue, and okay, I will explain how this should work. Okay, so the first one is that we have Segue, and actually during the meeting, you should also write the things that are discussed in the meeting, and actually this should be done before the meeting. Okay, so 24 hours before the meeting, you should already update the agenda to show the things that are that will be discussed. Okay, and today I will be the meeting owner or the meeting runner. So that means I prepared the agenda. I also host the meeting, and I run you through each segment of the meeting. However, starting next week on the next meeting, you will be the meeting owner. Okay, so the meeting owner starts when after this meeting is finished. When we conclude the meeting, you will create a meeting
Okay.
agenda for next week and enter initial issues and to-do lists for next week that we will discuss next week. And also during the next week's meeting, then that means you will be the one to host, to start the meeting, to greet, and to also run through each points for the meeting. And I will show you how to do that in this meeting. And I will still help you if you have any confusion on any step of the process. So don't worry about that, right? But I'm just giving you clear, so you have clear expectations on what it takes to run the meeting. So this meeting is using a way or methodology to run meetings and to run business called EOS, or entrepreneurial operating system. Okay, so the EOS is already being used in hundreds or maybe thousands of companies with also tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. So it has been researched and tested quite thoroughly to be able to increase the productivity and happiness of team members in companies. So we'll try to adopt this methodology to improve our processes. All right. So this is the first one, and during the meeting, if you notice that there is a time here, right? Segue, personal and business best, 5 minutes, and then I show you there's a 16:00 to 16:20 Vita, right? So you after you finish that, you put the time in there, just a quick update of the time. So while doing the meeting, you should also open a window on the meeting agenda so that you can update it. But the one in the like personal best and so on, actually that should be prepared beforehand. As you noticed, I already noted the ones that you shared before, right? You're now working as a front-end developer and so on. Okay, but uh, that should be entered before the meeting starts, and it should not be long. Just like this is just a summary, right? Just a summary, maybe like several words summary, and then during the meeting, you will tell the story. Okay, so that's about the Segue. Any question about the Segue part?
Wait.
Okay,
Oh, Segue,
and
Segue. No,
yeah,
no.
about the Segue part, EOS level 10 meeting explanation. Yeah.
Our next meeting, I have to share again personal best or no? Or
Yeah.
what?
So Segue is done on every meeting. Okay, this is done on
Oh,
every
okay.
meeting, and it should be 5 minutes. But uh, there was a lot of stories before. There's no problem because we are still getting started, and this is the first re-onboarding meeting for you. But generally, the next one is on the next meetings, Segue should be like 5 minutes for both you and me, something like that. And if there are more, for example, if there is an issue or is there a longer story or something that's to be decided, that is not in the Segue section, but that will be lower in the issue section. We will get to that. Okay. So, okay, this is 1620 and 1628. Okay, Vita. So this is how we do it. All right. So this should be heading 3, I guess. Okay. Now, after that, we will have a scorecard review. However, since we have not decided what the scorecards will be, we will skip it. But later on, after we decide the scorecard and the rock, there will be scorecard and rock review. So I will put it in the issues list to ensure that we will decide what is the scorecard and the, okay. So now we have decide the rock and also decide the scorecard numbers. All right. Okay, so after the rock review, okay, this should be like this. To-do list.
Sorry, sir. What is the rock review about?
Okay.
I don't really understand.
Okay, I will explain about it in a few moments.
Okay.
Wait. Maybe I will share you a link, I guess. Wait, but I'm just gonna make sure that this format is good enough. So yeah, that's one thing. Oh, I think we can discuss that later on the issues list where we discuss about the rock and scorecard. Okay. Now to the things that are clear first. Okay. And then we have a customer or team member headlines. Okay. So in this customer or team member headlines, if you are dealing with a customer, you can tell a story about a particular customer that you are dealing, or you can also tell a story about yourself, or this is more about the work. Okay, this is more about the work. And in Segue, it's usually it's always about the good news, but in the headlines it can be also a bad news as well. So if there's something wrong with you, it can be personally or it can be work related. You can write it here before the meeting and share it. And maybe if it's something that requires discussion, then that will be also put in the issues list below on point number 7. It will be number 8 after this because of the additional agenda. Okay, so that is part of the customer and team member headlines. And then after that is the to-do list section. So in the to-do list section, we are you will be just simply sharing from the last week's to-do, okay, from the last week's to-do, whether that to-do is done or not done. So how we do this is actually we link to another card. We'll do this later, but in this place that we are simply saying whether it's done or not done. Now, if it's done, is simply check that to do. But if it's not done, then you can say that, oh, it's no problem. I just need more time. I can do it in next week. And that means no discussion. But if there is an issue for a to do, for example, you get an error or there is a problem with the software or library and so on, then that means we can put that in the issues list so we can discuss it later. Okay, I will make this different again. So, all right. So the most important part of the meeting is actually the issues list. Okay, the issues list will take the most longer time of discussion. However, it should be, ideally, it should be no longer than 55 minutes. So to keep the entire meeting at 90 minutes maximum. So hopefully this will be finished before 17:30, because then at 17:30 your time, yeah, 17:30 Vita, because I think that's already azan, yeah, at your time, 17:30. So
No,
no,
not really.
not really. Okay.
18.
18.
18, yes,
Okay.
18 past.
Yeah, yeah, because this meeting also starts late. My fault. I'm really sorry about that. All right. So in the issues list, then we will discuss. Okay. So there are. So we will start the issues list now. Okay. This will start at 16:33. That means. Okay. Now what I will. Now in the issues list, there's actually, we probably will have more issues than just 3 over time. Now, what we have to do is that we are not going to discuss this from the top and then to bottom to finish, but rather what we will do is that we decide on the 3 topmost issues that we want to discuss. Okay, so as you can see, there are 3 issues right now, right? So which one is the one that you want to discuss first?
Maybe the first one.
The first one. The first one or
Yes.
the rock one, because you were asking about what is the rock.
Oh yeah, the rock.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, all right. So I will show you how to reorder this. So drag the rock one. If you hover to the checkbox, another one below, go down. Okay, go down. Okay, hover on the left. There is the dots one. The dots one you can drag above. Okay, drag it. All right. Yeah, that part. Okay. And I think that after the rock should be scorecard because they are related. So drag the scorecard position number 2. Okay, it should be like, so there's a horizontal. Go to the right a bit. All right. So you know how to prioritize or move the things in Notion. Okay, so let's start with the rock. I will try to give you rocks and EOS. All right, I guess this is one. Okay, which one is EOS? All right. Okay, I think I will give this. How this match one works. Okay, I have a link there. Wait a bit. Okay, click on that link. Okay, so okay, you can read a bit about it, and then I will share you what I learned about these rocks. All right.
The idea that belong.
Okay.
What's grateful? The grateful.
The grateful is that, okay, I will explain something. So let's see that this is like a jar or something. Now imagine that I am putting water first. I fill the water until full, and then I put small rocks there, and I put sand there, and then I have like a big rock. That's, for example, a big rock, and this is already full, right? If I have a big rock, you put there.
Wait.
Do you think that it will fit?
Yeah, I know now.
Yeah, I think you have heard the story, right? So
yeah.
if you want to put the rocks into the jar, then that means which one should go first?
The big one.
Yeah, the big one. The big one is the rock.
The bigger, yeah, the bigger one.
Yeah. So the big one is called the rock. The rocks, okay. If you have more than one rock,
Okay.
the rocks go first, and after that, if the rocks already are inside the jar, then you can put the sand, put the smaller
Yes,
things,
yes,
and put
yes.
the water, and it will fit.
Oh.
So that's why it's called the rock, the other rocks, yeah. But I think for you, because you are also already working and you are an intern here, so that means you only have one rock. Other team members with a more full-time position will have maybe not just one, but two or maximum three rocks.
Oh.
And I, as the leader of the company, will have at least three rocks and a maximum of 7 rocks. Although probably right now I have like 20 or 30 rocks, I'm keeping, trying to keep the rocks down. Okay. Okay. So any question about the rocks?
So it's oh.
Okay. And the priority has a time limit. So the rocks always start at January, the first quarter, yeah. The first quarter starts at January and then ends at March. And our current quarter starts at April and then ends at June. So you will need to choose just one rock that this is your priority at Lovia or Milov by June 2020, and that will be your priority. Only just one thing for June, okay? And generally is that once you pick a rock, then you stick with that rock until June. Then that means you are not like changing or adding another rock and so on. Although we can make exceptions if you are like, oh, I'm bored with this task and so on. But generally, uh, that means that it's more important to have like a more thoughtful decision, okay, a more thoughtful decision, so that we are not like always changing priorities every week. Okay, so if you have a thoughtful decision, then that means, okay, I'm very sure that this rock is for me for next June and I will finish it. Okay, something like that. So you are like motivated and is able to certain to finish the job, right? Okay, so that's the rock, and the rock should be as you see in the blog post that I linked. It should be specific, measurable, and achievable. Okay, and yeah, realistic and timely. Timely is part of the rock because the rock is always per quarter. So this rock, the deadline is always June. Okay, the deadline is always June. And if you are still happy with us after June, then that means the next rock will be for September and so on. You're still with us, then the rock will be for December and so on every quarter. Okay. So any question about how this rock thing works?
So the rock looks like our roles.
Huh?
Or what?
It should.
So the rock is like our roles, or what?
It's more like
Still.
something that you want to achieve. Okay, I will give you an example. For example, this maybe things that you can choose one of them. For example, in photo compliance website, so the work can be like integrate the photo image scoring, yeah, image scoring component into Miluf web app sign up system. Okay, that's one.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one part, because now you have a measurable goal. Okay, the measurable goal is the image scoring component already used by Miluf web app. If it's not yet used, then that means the rock is not yet there. Okay, that's
Okay.
for the photo compliance system. But for example, if you have a rock, this is a choice. For example, if you want to be a web front end developer, and that means uh, the rock maybe that you designed, um, deployed, yeah, deployed the Milo web app sign up system using uh, React Web, perhaps. Okay, and that will be done. Okay, so that's another example. There may be other priorities, but this one is that you you decide. Actually, you are the one that should decide for yourself whether there are actually three criteria. Okay, it's called GWC. GWC means get it, want it, and capability to do it. So in the get it, you must like understand, okay, this rock requires this kind of things, and you are like able to like do it like Google search, or generally you get what it is about. Okay, that's the get it part. And want it is that you are passionate about it. Okay, I like this work. Uh, so it's not like something that's boring. So it should not be boring for you. You want it, regardless whether you can do it or not. Okay, it's another part. And the third part, the third criteria for deciding the rock is that you should uh, be capable for this. Okay, by capable, it does not mean that you have to be able to do this now, but it does mean that even if there are issues arise, then you are motivated to learn what is the solution. Okay, to learn how to solve the problem. So your general attitude toward this is that, okay, if there's a problem, I will try to find a solution. I will also ask my manager. I mean, you can ask Handy. Okay, I will ask Handy if there's a problem, and I will try the solution, the alternatives, so to get this done. Okay, so if the attitude is like, well, there is a problem, I don't care, whatever, that means that it doesn't fit in the criteria. So for the rocks, then you should fit all of these criteria. You should get it, you should want it, and also you should be capable to do it or to learn how to do it. And for the learning, actually, I have to remind you that even if the internship, I would say the internship will be unpaid. However, you will get all the support from us. Okay, the kind of support is like you will have support like technology. Okay, infrastructure. You can use compute servers to run jobs, maybe machine learning tasks, and so on. You will also get access to learning tutorials. We have Touch Plus premium subscription. There are lots of tutorials there. There are they have free courses also, but a lot of them are paid courses, and you can learn from these courses and resources by using our account. And for the web front end developer, we also have um, resources at Envato Elements. Uh, they are you can use any of them unlimited. It contains stock photos, music, videos, templates, graphic designs, and so on that you can use. And also, uh, it's also important is that you also have access to training, attention, and time from your team members, including your manager, me. Okay, so I will dedicate time. So I have to admit that previously I did not do a good job at that. I'm really sorry. I apologize for that, Angky. However,
Maybe not you, sir. Maybe me too.
yeah, okay. But after I read about EOS and I want to implement EOS on Lovia, then that means the manager is actually the one that should be held accountable the highest. Okay, so as the manager, I need to be able to be dependent, or to be, so the team members need to be able to rely on me. Okay, so anytime you have any questions or issues or problems, then that means I should be able to help you solve this issue. Okay, so it's not like I will solve your problems, not like that, but I should be able to give you all the support you need, the tools and resources that you need to solve that problem. Okay, for example, I said, if you say that I don't know how to do this, and there is a course on the internet that allows me to finish this problem, or I need some computing resources or a database to solve this problem, then that is not your responsibility to provide those resources. That will be my responsibility to provide the resources. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's about the rock.
Okay.
And have you decided your rock yet, or you want to discuss first?
Maybe I go to the photo complaints too, because it's still run.
Okay.
And I didn't finish it
Okay.
yet.
All right.
And the web front end using React Web, I think that's a new technology for me. So I have to learn more. So maybe photo complaints.
Okay. Okay, cool. So the rock, and do you think the description of the rock here is to your liking? I think that there's a with it was before with grayscale, a cartoon, and face detection. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's actually not face detection; it's faces detection, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I know you already did that. So I think that generally it's already done. What was not done yet before? It was just like bug.
The grayscale.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
and bug free.
there's an error, but yes, but I
Bug
don't
free.
know to that the bug.
Okay, that's an issue. It's no problem. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the cartoon too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do the training again.
Okay.
with other image. I do the train, but just to see how the how the program is works, what or not. Yeah, just like that.
Okay. Right. And so is that all? Is that there are three things that you should do: grayscale, cartoon, and face detection. Is there anything else that you plan, or this is enough?
About the try catch, you say about you say
Oh,
before.
okay. Yeah.
Try catch.
Bug free will be like the target exception.
Yeah.
That's it shouldn't actually be this long of a description, but it's okay. We actually uh will make a separate card for this to describe how the system should work.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's good to be like specific. Means that by being specific and measurable. So if we just say like, okay, integrate the image scoring component, so that means that okay, so what are being scored? It should not be ambiguous. Okay, so by saying that the image scoring has a grayscale, cartoon, and faces detection, then that means, all right, if the three scores are there, then that means it's finished or completed, right? Right. I would not want to add more scores in there because I think it will be already good if by June you are able to make this bug free. Okay, all images can be processed without throwing an error and so on, and you can test with a pretty good accuracy. Okay, that will be a scorecard number for like accuracy percent and so on. Okay, and I would say with a good accuracy, right? Pretty good, yeah, a pretty good or good enough accuracy. I mean, it should not be like 100%. That's like too
Yeah.
impossible. But I don't know yet. Do you have a general estimate of what your accuracy is about? Some
Mm,
percent maybe. Have you already measured the accuracy?
about the faces detection or
Yeah,
the
maybe
all of
it's
the components.
each one generally, or maybe overall. Just an estimate.
But about the grayscale, I'm sure that the theory is works. It works, but
Mhm.
there's a bug again, and I didn't uh what's that? I didn't find
The problem.
the problem,
Mhm.
so I have to see again maybe later
Mhm. Okay.
about the code.
Okay. But
Maybe
assuming that everything works well, what do you
progress
think the
still
accuracy will be?
higher than 70% maybe.
Wow, higher than 70%. That's very good.
Yeah,
For the
because
grayscale
I
one, okay.
think
Mhm.
it's a simple, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know why there is a bug.
Okay,
The
no
second
problem.
one is the cartoon. I think
Maybe we should
maybe
put that
just
there.
50%
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not
So
really sure about that.
okay, actually, that's where you should put the in the issues there. If you notice below, I am typing. The Grace Coder has a bug or error when processing some images. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if there's an issue, you can put that. And actually, it should be like its own card. But I will show you later how to create a card, and then you can link it here. Okay. But basically,
So
if there's
I found that the error is more about the met method or function, a library that
Mhm.
uh, you saw. I have to
Okay.
check again
Okay.
what is the output the library give it.
Okay. No problem. That's an issue. So we are not doing
Okay,
into
okay.
any detail in this part, just so that we
Okay.
know. Okay. So in this case, that first, if you notice, there is an IDS there. Okay. Prioritize IDS. Do you know what IDS? That's point 7. The heading on point 7. Issue list. Prioritize IDS. Point 7. Do you see that? Okay, issues list. Okay, issues list,
Yes.
prioritize, and then IDS. Right.
Yes.
So do you know what IDS means?
No.
Okay. I will give you a link here now. Okay. I will put it here then. What is IDS? Okay. So that's really like a too long one, right? But actually, yeah, actually the only the first part of the article is already good enough. Okay. So let's go to the first part of the article below. I'll show you. This is how we like solve the issue. Okay. Okay. Now we have a.
Yes.
Okay. You can stop right there. Then
Uh,
a little bit up. The main part of the article is the on the top side. Okay, in the first paragraphs. Okay. So the ideas is when we have a weekly meeting and there are issues. So the ideas is how we solve these issues in the meetings. So how we solve this is that by using IDS means that identify, discuss, and then solve. So that there are 3 things. Okay, you can go up a little bit, scroll up a little bit. Okay, yeah. So IDS, identify, discuss, and solve. So we have a clear focus on problem solving. First is that we first need to identify first Okay. So when we are identifying, we are not discussing. So it's different. Identifying is means that, okay, I have a problem in grayscale. Okay, the grayscale has a problem, and sometimes there's an error when processing. So some math library, I don't know which one, and that's it. Period. We put that on the issue list. That's identify. We are not yet discussing. We are simply identifying. So that means that we can move on to the next issue. Okay, that's for the grayscale. Is there any problem with the cartoon? Oh, there is a problem with cartoon, something like this. Okay, if there is a problem, then we put on the issue again. We don't want to discuss yet at this point. Okay, just said, okay, there's a problem with cartoon. And then after that, okay, how about the faces detection? Is there any problem? Oh yeah, the faces detection like this, and we put on the list. And we do this after all of the issues have been identified. So this is just identifying. So identifying is like when you start a class uh, and the lecturer says, okay, is there everyone in this class? Okay, Angky, yes, I'm here. Tony, yes, I'm here. That, you're here. Okay, that's just identifying, right? You're not like going deep into the detail. So after all has been identified, then we can move on to discuss. And actually in the discuss phase is that we pick the most important ones. For example, oh, wow, we have lots of issues. We have issues with the AWS. We have issues with the rock. We have issues with grayscale. We have issues with that, with that. Okay, so which one that we want to discuss first now? Okay, if you want to discuss, okay, I think the grayscale one should be discussed now. Okay, just discuss the grayscale. And if the meeting time ends when we are still discussing just one issue, then the meeting should end. The meeting should end on time. So what happens with the other issues? Well, we already identified the issues, right? We already have a list. Then that means those issues that are not yet discussed can be discussed next week on the next meeting. We don't get rid of them, but we have safety, okay, because all of the issues that were identified are already on the list, are already on the agenda, so we will not forget about it. Next week it will still be there, but next week it will be the same process. If next week we have like 10 issues, we need to decide maybe like 3 issues that will be discussed. It's okay to have like more issues coming, as long as every week we can at least discuss 1 to 3 issues, and hopefully 1 or 3 issues will be resolved. It's no problem if there are more, but if we stick to this plan, if we stick to this method of execution and running, resolving the issues, then every week there will be a sense of accomplishment. Okay, we did it. Okay, we resolved this. There will be more, but and the ones that we resolve is always the most priority problem, right? Because we are not like, okay, we have an issue, okay, let's solve it. No, we not do that. We have an issue, let's put it on the issue list. Let's prioritize which one is the most important at this time, and the one that is most important gets resolved first. The one that is less important can wait later, maybe next week or next 2 weeks. So hopefully using this rhythm, you will also feel more accomplished, because you know that you are solving the most important problems first, not the less important ones. Okay, and after discussion, the goal of the discussion is that to solve. Okay, the solve part. What we mean by solve is that we decide, okay, what do we do with this issue? Because sometimes issue is not about solving a bug, or like we have to solve a bug. Maybe some issues are like, okay, this is not achievable, this is not realistic, let's drop this issue for this quarter, let's solve this on the next quarter. That's also a resolution. If all the team members agree, okay, this is not going to happen, let's move this issue in next quarter, or let's drop it from the requirements so we can focus on the more important issue. That's also a solution. So the solve here means that we agree on a decision. Okay, so after debating the discussion process, okay, for us, let's just take a look, for example, on the grayscale problem. Okay, this is just for an example. What do you think about the grayscale problem, the solution that you propose? Do we fix the problem and try to know what is the issue and then fix it so it gets proper? Or we just drop the grayscale, oh, this is too hard, let's drop it. Let's not use the grayscale. Or we have another, replace it with another component. Or what is your proposal? Just to make an example. Do you think which one is the proper solution for the grayscale error problem? What do you think?
What?
Yeah, I'm asking the question. Just for an example, about the grayscale problem,
Oh,
what do you think should be the solution? Should we solve it? Should we try to find the bug? Or is there anything that should be done in this case?
I already found the bug,
Mhm.
but I didn't try it again to solve it. So
Okay.
maybe I want to try it later.
Okay. So do you want to solve that bug?
Yeah,
Okay. So that means we
because
have.
I
Okay. Continue.
no, sorry, just continue.
Okay. So I do a lot of talking on this meeting, but I'm really hoping that on the next meeting you will do more talking. It's okay because I need to be clear on the process that we are doing this. So I'm asking you whether you want to continue on solving the bug or not. And you said that I already found the problem, but I have not yet tried again, right? So that means you actually have the capability to solve the problem. Just want to make sure that the problem is gone and it won't show up again. Okay. Okay. So the solution is that we want to solve the grayscale scorer problem and fix that bug. Okay, that's the solution. So that means it can be we do not have to discuss and debate it again. What we need to do is that we during the work we experiment and try to find the bug. All right, so that's what IDS is about. I hope that was clear. Do you have any question about the IDS process?
Maybe not, sir.
Okay,
not
so let's go
not
back
now.
to the meeting agenda then.
Okay.
Let's go back to a meeting agenda. And then I think that should be part here, right? Okay, so you can check the what is IDS. The what is IDS, okay, check. All right, so now I would say that Angky chooses this one, okay. Okay, that means that the site the rocks is already the site the rock is chosen. So that's one issue resolved. So please check the decide the rock. Okay, right. Now, and then go to, okay. So decide the scorecard numbers, potential next hits. Okay, so potential next hits, you are still in the photo compliance engineer position, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can make a note there. Still in the photo compliance engineer, you can make like choose this one, and then you can just type a note there.
I choose this.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's really good. You're already a Notion expert now. Okay, and so that means that you can check the potential next hits there. All right. Now, which one that you want to discuss next? The scorecard numbers or the onboarding tasks?
Maybe a scorecard number. I don't really understand too.
Okay, scorecard numbers. So what is a scorecard? Okay. Okay, let's hope that this is nice. Okay. Which one is the right one? Okay, this is a good example. Let me put that. Okay, I have a link there. Let's open it. You can also because it is in the agenda, you can review those, right? So this is more about the management side of things, but I hope you're okay with that. And hopefully you will give feedback. You already completed the organizational checkup before, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I hope that after doing this and making the changes and hopefully improvements, yeah, not going down but going up, and we will do another organizational checkup on maybe the end of May and maybe end of June. Perhaps I would like to do it monthly at the end of month, and later will be every 3 months, because this is still the first. Okay, so the scorecard, as you see, can you, maybe you can read it first and tell me what you think about it. What is your understanding about a scorecard based on this article?
Scorecard maybe is scoring our work.
That's true.
Just like we have our maybe our goals. Have we reached our goals or not? Maybe this like that.
Yeah, that's. I would say that that is correct. It's a way to measure our goal. The twist is that this is like a weekly goal. Okay, it's a weekly goal. Okay, let's discuss the scorecard, and then you will need to decide the scorecard for yourself.
Wait, did we get?
Yeah, there are examples like that.
It's about me that score ourselves or other member too, or what?
Okay, for you, that will be your own scorecard. Okay, so for your responsibility, and the scorecard should be descended from the rock. Okay, so the rock is the priority for this quarter, right? So the rock is the priority for June. Now the scorecard will be an indicator where you are in the position of reaching that rock of the goal. Okay, so do you want to decide the scorecard for you right now? So we can put. Actually, I already have a few ones for you. Is that let's see. What is the? It's in the accountability chart actually. So we can formalize that. Where's the accountability chart? Okay, that one. All right. Okay, so maybe we can take a look at that, and then basically just put those into your agenda, and that will be your scorecard. If you agree on those, right? If you agree on those. So it's more like an indicator, yeah. It's more like an indicator. So for example, one scorecard, if you are driving from one place to another, then there are two scorecards. One is the speed of vehicle. Can you imagine if you are driving from maybe Bandung to Jakarta, then that means speed of vehicle must be maybe greater than 20 kilometers per hour, because the speed of vehicle is zero. Then that means you are not moving at all, right? And the other part is that the scorecard will contain the number of fuel in the tank, because in order to keep driving, then that means we have to have enough fuel, something like that. And every week we will check, or in the case of driving a car, then that means maybe every 30 minutes or every hour we will check, okay, are we still moving, and do we still have enough gas? Because when it goes low, you know, right, if you are in a vehicle and then the indicator is red on the fuel, then that means, okay, that's an issue, we should resolve that problem. We should not continue driving, because that will be another issue. If it goes red, then it means, okay, the solution is that we should go to the gas station, fill it, and then we can go again. So in this case, it's also the same. The scorecard is an indicator of progress towards the rock. And if the scorecard number is lower than it should be, then we should discuss, because maybe there's an issue. Okay. So find yourself in the accountability chart. Have you find yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Can you read it? Can you
Oh,
zoom it more, or it's a maximum zoom? I don't
maximum.
really like the way this browser PDF viewer. But actually, if you open this on a regular PDF viewer, you can zoom better. You like download the file and open it. But can you read it? If you cannot read it, then you can try to open it. Or you can zoom again. Okay, that's much better. All right. So do you have any questions about, so these descriptions below your name are the scorecard numbers. So do you agree with that, or you want to uh, modify some of the scorecards?
Photo score per week. What does that mean?
That means that system, how many photos that are being processed by the system during the last week. Okay, during the last week. If that is still in development, maybe it's just like a estimate, yeah, estimate. Maybe in development, oh, I scored maybe 10 photos or something. It's also okay. So a scorecard does not have to be like strict. It has to be like a written by the system. No, it does not have to be like that. But of course, when we already deploy the system and make it to production and it becomes a stable system, then that means the system needs to be able to keep track of itself, right? For example, if you have a car and the car is still in development, that means maybe you know the speed of the car just by looking out. I think we are like 30 kilometers per hour, yeah, maybe, gitu ya. But if the car is finished and completed, you are already running a car that is works. Then that means you should not look outside the window to know the speed, but you have an indicator inside the car that tells you how much speed and how much fuel you have. Okay. But during initial early development, you can just estimate, okay, my feelings like that, that's okay. As long as you keep track of that number. All right. Okay. There any more question about the numbers here?
Future time to market.
You want to ask
Future
about
time
that
to
one?
market. It's about, yes.
Okay. Do you have a feeling what it is?
I think that the time the application should be launched.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
the system that you are developing, yeah, image
yeah.
scoring. So the time to market actually the time when we first discuss, okay, this is the project specification, this is what should be done, and that will be day 0. Now day X, or the feature time to market, is when that uh, project or module is able to be used by users. That is the time to market. How many days does it take for that one feature to be deployed to production and users can use it?
Mm.
All right. So you know. So
So,
we will keep track by start. So I can, if you agree with the shortcut, then we have to decide on a date, on the starting date, on the starting date. Because the starting date is fixed, right? The end date is, we don't know yet where is the end date, but start date is fixed. The start date is this date. So what start date do you want to decide? You want to decide the starting date as today, or maybe the starting date is some date in the past, or when the first commit in Git. There is still history, right, in Git.
yes.
The first commit, you want to use that date. If you want to be more motivated, I think you use today as the start date, yeah, rather than the date in the past.
Too long.
uh, yeah, but you still have, it's your decision. It's your decision. It's up to you. Okay.
Mm,
So what date would be your starting date?
I think the starting date is when the first time decided or not.
Okay, so the start date is
When
the first commit on Git, right?
the first commit
Yeah,
is 12th March.
yeah,
Git
it's okay.
or
It's okay. There's no problem with that.
what is the advantage and disadvantage?
Huh?
If what is the advantage if
Advantage of?
the time of when the time is long
There is the,
longer
okay.
or
Okay. Uh, in this case, I would say there is no difference for me. Yeah, which start date
uh,
that you pick. For me, there is no difference. The the goal here is actually a psychological tool for human nature. Okay. EOS says that if there is no number, then people, we as humans do not care. But once you have a number and you are reminded of that number every week, even if people don't say, oh, come on, please go that number. Even if people do not ask you for that, I mean, do not push you for that, then intrinsically you as a human nature will say, I have this number and this number is not good. I don't want that. Okay. You have like
yeah.
internal desire to keep that number good. Okay, to keep that number good. So for me personally, you say that you want to use the first date on the start of the project. So that means will be the date of the creation of the Git repository, I would say. That is also okay. You can use that. But for me, um, this is just my opinion. It's up to you. If you the start date is today, then that means today your score is 0. Okay, and then the next week your score will be 7 if you can deploy that week, and the next week the score will be 14, and every week you are reminded, last week I am 0, now it's 7 days, now it's 14 days, now it's 28 days. Okay, even it's not done, then you will be okay, let's get this done, even if I won't push you for that. Okay, I know that you have other responsibilities and so on, but this number is for your own keeping. Of course, for a full-time employee, those numbers will be will have effect on the performance of the team, and it can decide like the salary and bonus and so on. However, because this is in the internship, it actually has no effect on that. But I think it's good to make you practice on being accountable, just like that. Okay, just being accountable. I hope it does not make a pressure for you, because as I said before, this is an internship. This is not a full-time employee position. But I think learning how to do these things in a more systematic way has a good positive effect on your habits. That's actually the goal, because the goal of internship is learning, right? So you should learn not only just technical side or knowledge or uh, the engineering side, but also for the management side too, to self-manage time and so on. If it can happen during your internship, that will be very good, because okay, one of the core values of Lovia is continuous self-improvement. Okay, so before you start and during you are working, you should feel that okay, there is an improvement for me by doing this. Because if you are not improving, then there is no benefit at all that you are interning here, right? You should get a benefit, maybe not monetary benefit, but definitely you should have a benefit on this process. All right. Okay, any question?
I think no, sir.
Okay, so have you decided what is the start date?
Mm, I still confused. I have to start today or
Just
if I
hmm?
no, sir. I
Okay.
think if I started today, then my score is today is 0, right?
Zero is the best score, okay? Because for feature time to market, the
Yeah.
lower the score is better.
Yeah, but that makes me
Not honest.
yeah.
Mhm.
No. Makes me don't care for
Okay. For the last one.
maybe 1 week or
Okay.
2 weeks.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
because maybe my what
Mm.
what I, my thought is will be huh, uh, I have still more time.
Okay.
I just started yesterday, so
Okay.
just let yeah, you know what I mean, sir.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe the less to
Okay.
push myself to finish the
Okay.
because this is so too long for me too.
Okay. So okay, it's decided that that will be the time when the kit project is created, right? Is it okay?
Yes.
All right. So
Okay,
you
sir.
decided, and sprint velocity and weekly tech videos. Any question with that?
mm, weekly touch video and blog.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to post my progress on blog
Yes.
or
On the Lovia
in blog.
YouTube and blog. I haven't
Oh,
described this, but maybe later. But generally, this should be like very short. Okay. This is not like you are making a long tutorial or so on. This should be like just 10 minutes, usually maximum 10 minutes of video. Just you are showing the overview. I will explain about this later. Okay. For now, let's make maybe you can copy those scorecard numbers into the agenda so we know. Okay, just write each points there to the agenda.
mm, 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 this?
The ones, yeah, that one. The ones for you.
What's wrong?
It's running,
Uh,
running, running.
what's wrong?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot copy paste it. Okay, maybe just do it like side by side and type it manually, or you can do it now.
Okay. It's
You can like open two windows left and right and just write it because they are not a lot, right? Just so we are on the same page about the. Okay, yeah, you can put it on the list there.
cursor.
Above. Nah, that one. Yeah, under the side, the scorecard numbers. Okay.
This.
Yep.
Oh, where's the photo? What?
Okay, just type escape, press escape so that it's not, yeah. Sometimes it gives you, okay. 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 All right. Yeah, if there's a, okay, right. Okay, so now let's put a number to this. So these are the expectations. So let's go for the first photos scored per week. What do you think is a good number? How many photos do you expect to score per week? Just as a minimum baseline, yeah.
Per week?
Just
maybe
as a minimum baseline.
Start with 50, maybe.
15. Okay, let's go.
No, 15. So 50.
50. Okay, wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Put there. That will be like greater than or equal to 50. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, 50. Nice. And then the accuracy. What do you think should be the minimum?
Maybe just half of
Okay.
the photos.
Oh, you want to put each of them differently? Okay, no problem. No problem.
No.
All of them.
I don't.
Generally, is also okay.
I forgot what the precision is was required for.
No
I just know
problem.
accuracy.
Just put the number. We can discuss whether it's realistic or not on the next week or so. Just have a like a baseline, okay? Like a baseline number. For example, if you're a researcher and you don't have any numbers at the first time, you just research it and then whatever number you get, right? So you don't really care about whether it's good or not. Just make it. Okay, just the accuracy one. The ones later we don't have a. Okay, feature time to market. I think this is one is fixed because the deadline is by the end of June, right? So we can skip that one. Sprint velocity is the number of commits per week. So I would say, actually, the definition of sprint velocity is not that, but just to make it simple.
Can I add the note so I know what is the sprint?
Yeah, the number of git commits. Yeah, the number of git commits. I would say that this would be 1. Okay, this will be 1. So at least greater than or equal to 1. Because it's possible that you can do a lot of work with just 1 commit. But if there is 0 commit, that means there's nothing done, right? So at least 1 is a good number. Okay. In a full-time employee position, that will be a different one. It may be like 1 commit per day. So that means 7, maybe 5 commits per week on a different days, right? But okay, and wiki tech video, I would say there will be 1 video, 1 post. Okay, 1 video, 1 post, 1 post or handbook. Yeah, just 1 post, 1 video, 1 post. Okay, so I hope I think this is clear. Yeah, actually we already ran out of time. Yeah, we should be recording now. Okay, so we can check that one. I think we should try to complete this meeting as soon as possible. Maybe 15 minutes later max, yeah, because you will need to azan maghrib, yeah. Okay, so the next one will be onboarding. Okay, onboarding. So, okay, so click there and then type add. So we can click on the text. Click on the text, right one, go to the right one. No, just like when you want to type something, go to the right part, the end of.
Don't understand.
You just click on the okay there, and then you make a space. Don't select, make a space,
Oh,
and then type add on the keyboard. No, add
yeah.
sign, email sign.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you can search and then type Angky onboarding, Angky spasi onboarding. So it will search Angky space onboarding. I think that one. Yeah, that one. Okay, just click that one. Oh, it's gone. Do that again. Repeat. Okay. So that one.
This.
All right. So we have the onboarding task here. That actually this should have been done before. So let's just review this. Okay. So let's just review this. Open it. Click on it so that we can discuss. Okay. So this is the onboarding issue. Do you have any questions about this one?
About the Rocket Chat.
Okay. Have you installed it?
In my phone.
Yeah, in your phone. Your phone is, and you can also.
Actually, not.
Okay. Can you do it now?
If I do it now, my phone will.
Oh.
My internet.
Oh, there's
Maybe
problem with there. Okay, no
yeah.
problem. Okay. But actually you can do it from your browser. Let's open a new tab to chat.lovia.live.
This.
Yeah.
Or.
Tab there. Yeah, you can just open a tab just so you know what it's like inside the chat. Oh, you already read. Okay. I will add you to the room. So wait a minute. Okay. I will add you. You are on Milov product, right? Okay. Let's see. Internship and add Musa. Okay. And Milov product. Okay. Now you're there. Okay. So you can see the members by clicking on the people button on the top right. Yeah, members. Okay. And you can see the ones, yeah, we are through this online. Check the online one. Click the online. Okay, on the right, there's a online. Search by username online. Change the online status. Okay, to all users. Okay, so these are the users here. Yeah, sometimes they are online, sometimes they are not. All right. So I've added you. So please, in the internship channel, please say hi and introduce yourself to the channel.
Internship.
Yeah, internship. Yeah, you can say hi and introduce yourself. Just a quick hello or something.
Just a simple introduction like
Yeah.
my name.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello. My name is. And I do the photo. Wait, photo. Wait, sir.
Compliance. Or you can also say image scoring. Compliance or image scoring.
Okay.
Mm.
And I do the image scoring for the internship.
Okay.
Just like that, or I have to add
Yeah.
something again?
I think you can add where you are right now or where you are from.
Come from Makassar.
Okay, that's nice.
And I graduated from informatics value into like that.
Okay. All right, that's great. Okay. So maybe someday that we will have like a group meeting in Zoom, but maybe not now. Let's just focus and doing this and making this productive sessions. But maybe someday we will have a group session. Yeah. All right, that's great. Okay. So
I'm so sorry.
no, that's
I'm
great.
sorry for the bad grammar, sir.
Huh? Okay, I
I
will have
think
a.
there's.
I will make
I'm
a.
sorry for the bad grammar.
No problem. Well, I gave you a alternative, right? If you want uh, to do the English stuff, but yeah, let's focus on image scoring for now. Okay. So any question about the Lovia chat? Oh, so you can also please after this you install it on your phone, so you can also communicate using Lovia chat. And so from now on, and you can also a direct message. So you can try by clicking my icon there or my avatar there. You can click, okay, and then direct message. Okay, just try to test it, say hi or something. Okay, so I get a notification here. Alrighty. Okay, so that's great. Okay, and what's which one is the icon? Limb, six pack. No, right. So let's go to uh, the Notion again. Oh my God, we are really late on the meeting. So okay, that one is good. They're still on Rocket Chat app, not yet. So let's go accept GitLab project. I think it's already accepted, right? So you can accept it. And the project icon, I think, but I think we are using GitHub now, right? You are using GitHub now.
Yeah.
No problem. And please edit it to that to say GitHub because we are using GitHub now for the project. The edit the description, yeah. But I think you have not set the icon right for the project. So
No, sir.
is there a setting there? I think there should be a setting. And then write your first blog post. Is this done yet? You already did the okay. Okay, that's done. So you can go to next week and then update the LinkedIn profile. You can do it later. Did you already accept the Lovia Team YouTube channel? You can check it now.
Check it.
Okay,
No.
you can check it now. Lovia Team YouTube channel. And one is Camunda, right?
Wah, makanan.
Oh, you soon you will be
Not.
soon you will be having your
Oh,
dinner, right?
wait.
Okay.
The Google account.
So I'll resume the recording now, and this is our channel where you can also see what our team is doing. Okay. Okay, let's go back to Notion and let's conclude this meeting. So you have one checked out. Oh, the Camunda one. Camunda one is also quite important. This should be quick.
About the Bitwarden, sir?
Bitwarden, maybe later. It's not really at this point. We can discuss that next week. Yeah, we can discuss that next. You can just actually you can just install the application Bitwarden. It's a password manager, so you can. Oh, you already have a Camunda password, right? So this is Camunda. Because the time is running out, I'll just give a quick review. You can go to cockpit.
Okay.
Okay. And you can go to process definitions. I will show you one process. And go to ensure customer data in ChartMogul, the second one from the top. All right. So now try to make the diagram a little bigger. You can click the zoom and the view on the top left of the diagram. There is a button on the top left of the diagram. There is a button. You can see. Click the button first on the top left. The bottom left. Sorry, bottom. That one. Okay, the other one, the right. Okay, the right button. The button. Okay, that's great. So you can see. So this is a BPMN diagram and also an executable process for synchronizing. Okay. So this is just a illustration of what you can use Camunda BPMN for. So this is a process to synchronize between our user database and our ChartMogul analytic system. So why I am showing you this is because when you integrate the image scoring module to our application, then that means you will need to create a process like this. Okay. First is that you will need to draw the diagram just to show for other humans or team members. Okay, this is how it's working. Okay, how it should work. So this is as a communication tool, as a collaboration tool. However, after we have decided, okay, this is how the system should be integrated, and then we can go to integrating or implementing each task. So because generally, when the user signs up, then that means the photo of the user will be processed by your module, right?
Right.
And then the photo of that module will have a score. Okay, the photo will have a score, and that means there will be a decision. So decision is like this. You see the icon, the gateway here like this. So there will be a decision based on the score, grayscale score, or the faces score, or the cartoon score. Then that means it will go whether it will accept the image, the photo, or it will reject the photo. And then that means the user should upload the photo again. Okay, should should upload another photo, and then it will get scored again. So we will do this later, don't worry. But just so you know that when it's time for you to integrate, then you will need to do this. And don't worry, because I will guide you and assist you on this process. Okay, the hard part is still creating the module itself. Integrating is, yeah, there is a little bit of a coding task and drawing task, but it should be easier than creating the module. Okay, any question on this part?
I think not, sir, because
Okay.
I'm running out of time. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. Okay, let's go back to Notion. Let's check that Camunda cockpit. All right, and you can check that. I think the review accountability chart already done. right? So weekly agenda, maybe just 1 minute on this one. Just click it, please. Let me have 1 minute on this one. So basically, when you are working and you have issues, you can contact me, or you can put that on the card to discuss. And then 24 hours before before our next meeting, what you should do is that you should make a short video. There are tips below, but generally you can record a video and then upload it to our Lovia team YouTube channel, and then just write a short blog post. It's not longer than before. It should be shorter because the main content is already in the video, right? It should already be in the recording. It should be quick. You can use the webcam, your laptop, and use a software. Should not need to do any editing. Just make an overview of what you've done on the last week, and that's it. Upload it, and then you update the meeting agenda. Okay. Okay. So let's create the meeting agenda for next week. I will show you how. Go back to Notion. Okay. All right. And go to the Milo product board. Go to the Lovia operations calendar, please. Lovia operations calendar. Okay. Now you can right click on our agenda. You can duplicate actually. You can right click on our agenda, right? Duplicate, and then drag this to next week. Drag it first because still on that date, right? You can you want Thursday or Saturday? Right? Saturday. Okay, yeah, and you can click it. Yeah, so you can click it. Now you will need to remove some things that is not okay. So you can remove the first part. Okay, the personal base, you can make it blank again. Okay, because that's next week, right? And 1B, I think that's not needed. 1B is not needed. The 1B, EOS level 10 minting explanation. Okay, you can remove that one. All right. And go below. Okay, and I think for the issues list, you can remove basically all of them because all of them has been solved. You can delete all of them except the ones that are still in progress. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's still in progress. And then you can move the onboarding task up to the to-do list. The onboarding task, go down, please, and go down. I mean track. Okay, the onboarding, go down again, go down again, go down again. The onboarding task there. Please drag the onboarding task using the dots. Drag them, okay, to up to the part 5. Yeah, the to-do list. Okay. All right. Okay, and I think there will be to-dos for next week. Please put two to-dos there. There will be the weekly video. Okay. Make a to-do on on the number 5. Okay, on the number 5. Yeah, you can drag it down so to make it more clearer. Okay. So remove the not remove backspace on the that one, the second to do. Saya replace the second to do because this is the next week's, right? Not that okay. You can also drag it if you want to finish that next week. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. No. So if that's a to do, then that means next week it should be done. It is okay, no problem. And then okay. So on the second one, please backspace and then type add. So we need to link that to a weekly video. Yeah, second to do. Click on it. Okay, remove backspace until it's empty, and then type add. Okay, add at the @ sign. And then type weekly video. Weekly. Okay. It should be okay. Weekly. Maybe type again. Weekly space video. Should be there. So we search for that card. And then the third one, do that same again and search for summarize, because that's the name of the, yeah. All right. So that's it. That's the to-do list for next week. And you will be doing this every week. So to conclude, please go back to our calendar for today. Go back to calendar for today. Right. So the last part is go to the bottom and then rate the meeting. Okay. Put a number from 1 to 10. How good this meeting is, how on time this is, and so on. According to you. I know this is very late, okay? Late start and late ending. Yeah, so you still give an 8. I would say this is a 5. So please put 5 on my score there. It was pretty bad, I know. It's pretty bad. All right, so that's it. And I will let you conclude this meeting then. If you have any questions, please say the question. But if you don't have the question, please close this meeting. And from now on, you will be the leader of our meetings, okay? Okay. So please, as the new leader of the meeting, please close the meeting.
So today, I don't know what to say, sir.
Okay. So it shouldn't be long, maybe like 1 minute or so. And then greet everyone, and that's it.
I have to breakfasting.
Huh?
It's time to breakfasting, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Please just close. Okay. Thank you all for the meeting and so.
Thank you for the meeting. I'm sorry that I have many questions.
Okay.
Because I knew, I just knew about it. So let's end the meeting because I'm running off the time. I have to breakfasting.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ya, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.